Welcome back to episode 2 of your on-campus talk show with a live audience, Point Blank. Everyone, today we have a special guest. This young woman has won over $15 million in scholarships. This young woman defines what it means to be a smart, true person. Without further ado, let's give it up for Madison Crowell. How you doing, Madison?
Good, how are you?
Good. All right, Madison. Well, tell us, Madison, after earning that much money in scholarships, what has life been like for you right now?
Busy.
Busy?
This is the short thing to say. It's been very busy, but I'm enjoying my time. I'm learning how to have management with that time a little bit more, so it's a learning process.
And tell me, what's been keeping you busy around High Point campus?
Just things that President Couvain wants me to be involved in. I'm a bonder, so I also work on DUP campus, so that's been taking a lot of my time, and just class in general, homework, regular college student stuff.
So what does it mean to be a bonder?
So the Bonner Leader Program is a program we focus on civic engagement and community service, and so we do that by allowing a group of people to come out, and we put them in different sites. So I work at DUP, other people work at like Macedonia or West End Ministries, kind of just to give back to the community of High Point.
Wow. And how has that experience been for you?
It's been really good. I work with kids, so they tire me out, but I love them. I just came from work, so it's been a really great experience.
Wow. And tell me, Madison, I'm going to hop into this question, right? Because this is the question that everybody wants to know, right? What was on your college essay to get accepted into that many schools?
Yeah, it was just, I feel like my college essay, I try to pull at the heartstrings, obviously. My mom, she had kidney disease. She was a single mother for a really long time. I'm a military child as well, so those are just a couple of aspects that were kind of life-changing for me. I've obviously had death in the family and just trials and tribulations and things like that, so that's kind of what entailed.
So growing up with those type of adversities, right, how'd you get through them?
Just persistence. As a military child, it's very important that you're always quick on your toes and that you're flexible. And so just, being able to be flexible, being able to say, okay, I can't do this, and having a second alternative in the back of your head already,
And you mentioned your mom, right? She had something, what was that?
Kidney disease. She was really sick for a long time in my life. She had sarcoidosis, and then it developed into kidney disease. And she was sick, ever since I can remember. And so just being aware of my surroundings, making sure that she was okay, while also making sure that I was okay. She had got her transplant the week after I started my senior year of high school. And so that was down in South Carolina, and we were in Georgia. So it was like she was a couple hundred miles away from me for my first couple weeks of my senior year of high school. So it was really challenging, but she's all better now. She just hit her 1-year anniversary of getting that transplant.
Wow, let's give us a round of applause, y'all. 1 year. That's great.
Yeah, and she's doing a lot better now, so it's really good to see her have energy that I wasn't able to see her have when I was younger.
Well, you mentioned energy, right? So how did you keep that energy going when she couldn't have it?
Yeah, it's just, I'm always trying to lift people up. I'm just a genuine spirit. I try to make everybody happy, make sure that everybody is happy and that they're content. So just, whether it's telling her jokes or coming home with good grades or just trying to give her money out of my piggy bank, whatever the case may be, just trying to make her smile.
Wow. So, Madison, we have to ask, right? How was it walking around high school with knowing that you have that at your disposal?
Yeah, once it was public knowledge, everybody was like, oh, give me some money, and I was like, that's not how it works. But people would ask me for tips, advice. Some people would come up asking me tips for their essays, tips to applying for scholarships, and I would obviously help them. I worked in our media center for 2 blocks of my school, so people would come down there. That was kind of like my time, I guess. So they would come down there. I would read over their essays, give them tips, show them websites, things like that, just to help them in their journey as well.
And I saw that on the Jennifer Hutchins show. You actually got a scholarship named after you, right?
Yes, at my high school.
What's the details about that? What are the details? Tell me.
So it's the Madison Crowell Scholarship about leadership Mentorship and Service, and that's basically what Bonner is about. So it kind of goes hand in hand, and I was really happy to be able to have that. And it was a total surprise. I didn't know about it, but I was really glad to be able to give back to my high school and kind of have my name engraved in history.
That is history.
Yeah.
That is, and we are so proud of you. I will say that.
Thank you.
So, when you came to High Point, right, since you've been on campus, has there been anything that you have joined, any clubs, anything we should know?
Yeah, so obviously I'm a Bonner leader. I'm in the Black Student Union, NAACP, and I'm merged with the STEP team, and I made a Stomp and Shake cheer team. So I'm the founder of that.
So is stepping is that a goal for you, or was that like how can I say, was that a passion for you growing up?
Yeah, in high school, I was in Stomp and Shake cheer for 2 years, and I fell in love with it. And I didn't expect to keep doing it, but once I had a little bit more free time on my hands, once I was here, I kind of wanted to occupy that, and that was the first thing that came to mind.
And what is Stomp and Shake, for those who don't know?
It's kind of like traditional cheer, just adding a little bit more stomp, rhythm, and sounds to it, that's all.
Wow. And you mentioned the BSU as well, right?
Yes.
What stuff have you been doing in that club as well?
Yeah, so I'm going to be in the health and wellness department of that, so we're just going to be going around making sure that everybody's cool, doing little projects and stuff with them. So.
Wow. What projects would you say?
I'm not sure. We haven't had our first meeting, so I can't really say, but I'll get back to you.
And what would you say, what club was the first one you joined that really stuck out to you?
BSU. I kind of just wanted to find my tribe here, especially with being in Bonner. That takes a lot of my time, and so I don't really get to have those out experiences like every other college student. So I know that being in BSU, that will help me kind of find people that are like me and people that have, similar tastes as me. So.
Yeah. So, Jennifer Hudson.
Yes.
CNN did a package on you. How was it like getting those calls saying, "Hey, we're interested in broadcasting you"? How was that?
It was crazy. I remember I was at school one day and I got a call from Burbank, California, and I was in math class and I was like, who's calling me? And so my friends were like, you should answer. So I was like, okay, because I usually don't answer. But they were like, hey, this is Good Morning America. And I was like,
wow.
I was like, oh, is this Michael Strahan? Is he over here? But yeah, it was just it was really eye-opening to see that my story was getting across the country.
Definitely. And what would you say was the biggest challenge when applying to all these schools too?
Yeah, definitely once I got my first rejection, it was, I don't know how to put it. I was a little bit upset, but then I also said I have one rejection and 50 acceptances against that. So, I mean, it was like, you win some, you lose some, kind of.
Yeah, and got to ask this too. Why High Point?
Just stepping on campus, it felt like home. Everybody was super kind, willing to help, answering all of the questions. And, I mean, it's nothing else I can say but that it felt like home.
So, first step on campus, right? You visit, first time you visit, what is going through your head?
Oh my gosh, they just asked how many people was in my car, what time we leaving. I was like, are we finna get locked up or something? But that just made me feel secure on campus, and that, that nobody's supposed to be on here if they're not gonna, that nobody's gonna be on here if they're not supposed to be here.
Yeah, and obviously you said that you talk to President Nito quite often, right? How has it been conversated with him?
It's been good. Anytime I see him, it's like, oh, my friend, how are you doing? How's school going? How are your classes? And so it's really good to have that type of relationship with the president of my college and knowing that I can go to him if I need anything.
Wow. So, Maddie, I think somebody in the audience has a question for you as well. We're going to go ahead and pan to him.
I wouldn't say so particularly. I would just say that they challenge me more since they know that, okay, she wants to be challenged, obviously, since she's been applying to all these colleges. They'll hand me a couple more opportunities just to see where I am and just to kind of gauge where my brain is at, where my head is at, because usually I was that kid in school where I was done with everything and I'd be like, okay, what's next? And so they kind of just hand me more stuff to see where I'm at, to kind of challenge me so that I'm not feeling like I'm ahead of everyone else or that I'm behind in any sense.
So, but tell me, how hard was it keeping that humble spirit when you got accepted? Because I'll tell you one thing, if I was accepted to that many schools, I won't be the same person.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, like, I don't talk about it unless I'm asked about it. And I don't know if that was just something, if I was raised on that, but I mean, if I'm not asked about it, I won't just be like, if I meet somebody, I won't be like, hey, I'm the $1 million scholar. Or my mom will be like, she don't want to tell you, but da-da-da-da. She'll do it on my behalf. But I'm definitely very humble about everything that I've gotten so far.
And tell me also, how proud has your mom been of you?
Oh, she is above the moon proud. Like, her and my dad, they're like,
Yeah.
she texted me all day today, good luck on your interview. I see your little day in the life, so cute. She, just sending me little texts, but I know she's a very proud mom.
Wow. And I know we have a video, so we do the on-campus Tiny Mic Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, you actually took control of the Instagram
Yeah.
today, for who doesn't know. We have somebody that I wanted to ask you a question. Roll the clip, guys.
Madison, I'm Mia Gazara, and I'm here with Gabriella. And I just wanted to ask her, if you could ask Madison one question about her application process, what would you say?
Madison, what made High Point stick out to you with the whole process of 230 plus schools?
Yeah, so High Point, obviously, like I said, when I stepped on campus, it just felt like where I needed to be. And then I also want to be a physical therapist in my future, and so just seeing Congdon, the whole building, and especially the physical therapy lab, it was amazing, and I saw all the expensive equipment, and I was like, I know, like, this is something that I really need to have if I want to be really good in my field, so.
Wow. And honestly, how has that been for you, that major? I know it's a very hard major.
Yeah, science is not an easy major, but we're taking tiny steps. I'm still a freshman, so I haven't gotten to those course required classes yet, but it's been pretty good. So.
And
yeah.
Obviously, you came from a new environment. How has it been making friends over here as well?
It's been good. I have a lot of friends, especially with my program, since I'm around them most of the time with the people that I work with. But other than that, it's been really good. I'm good friends with my roommate and her friends, as well as people that's in my dorm. So.
Do people walk by you and say, "Hey, you're the girl"?
Yeah, they'll be like, or they won't say anything, but they'll look at me and then they'll look again and like have a face, and I'll be like, hey.
So for those of you out there, she could tell when you guys looking at her.
Yeah, I know.
That's so great. So what has been the thing that has stuck out to you this year that you've been part so far?
Definitely just the opportunities that are here. Just being able to make my own club as a freshman, and we have so much planned, and I'm so excited. But just to have those opportunities as a freshman was really eye-opening, and being able to have internships as a sophomore, that's very important to me. So. Yeah.
And you mentioned you're a military child, right? Did you have to move around a lot?
Yeah, so we've moved probably about 5 times,
Wow.
5 or more times since my dad being in the military, and we've lived in Colorado, Georgia, Virginia, New Jersey, New York, things like that. So,
Wow.
yeah.
What's been your favorite place?
Colorado.
What's your favorite memory?
Probably when it first snowed, because it snows a lot, and it was like 3 feet of snow, and they canceled school for like the whole week, and I was like, yeah, I can get used to this. So, yeah.
Wow. And would you say it's challenging moving from place to place like that, or would you find it more of a fun journey?
I find it more fun because you're able to meet more friends, you're able to make more connections and network, which is really important. And you kind of just get to see the cultures, get to try new things. I'm a big foodie, so you get to try new foods, and it's just really fun.
And obviously you said your dad was in the military. How proud has he been of you?
He's super proud. He was deployed in Poland from December of 2023 to about February 2024. So he missed Christmas, but he was able to come to my graduation, which is really important. But he's super proud of me. He lets me know that every time that I talk to him, he's like my best friend. So. And
him, maybe missing those holidays, right? Early childhood. How did you make sure to keep a smile on everybody's face?
Yeah, I would call him, even though like the time difference was like really big. I think it was like 8 or 6 hours or something like that. And so anytime that he was awake, I'd make sure that I call him. And even when I came back for Presidential Scholars Weekend here, he wasn't here, but he made sure to call me to give me those motivational words because he knows how to like really calm me down. But yeah, I love him so much.
So even though he's sometimes distant, he's very close. You should say. Wow, that's amazing. And your whole family, besides your mom and dad, how have they been when they heard the news of this?
They're always excited, especially when I told them that I was going on the Jennifer Hudson show. They were like, "Oh my gosh, like let me know how it goes. I want to come with you." And especially like when Joe Biden had wrote his letter to me, that was really big. And they were like, "Okay, when you go to the White House, put me down on a list. I want to come." But they're all very, very proud of me. All family and friends are.
Okay, so that's something I didn't know.
Yeah.
Joe Biden, the president of the United States, wrote a personal letter to you.
Yes.
Where were you? And please describe that.
Yeah, I was in the car. My mom, she just picked me up from something. I think it was like something after school. And she was like, we were just casually driving, and she was like, "Oh, Maddie, the president wrote a letter to you." So I'm like, "You mean like Nita Dane?" And she was like, "No, like Joe Biden." And I was like, "Oh my, you have to pull over." Like, I was like, I could not believe that Joe Biden had heard of my story and that he took the time out of his day to write me a letter. So I was freaking out, and we were both crying for about 10 minutes. So yeah.
I'm not going to ask you to tell me what the letter was about, but tell me at least one or two words that he said that made it really stick out to you.
Yeah, he was just telling me that he's really proud of me and that, you know, our generation is going to be something great and that he could see it just through me and through other young people. So
everyone, we'll be right back. We are going to commercial break. People at home, I hope that you guys are having a great time as you guys listen to this motivational story. We'll be right back. See you guys.
Back in Pizza Hut, baby. Detroit-style pizza with the cheese all the way to the crispy edges. Layered with 80 pepperonis. And a savory sauce poured right on top. Go ahead, get yourself some Detroit style. I think I'll send Detroit a thank you card. Dear Detroit, thank you. The Detroit style pizza. Create your own or pick from 3 signature recipes. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Jessie loves playing detective.
But since we found out she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
At first, we thought the problem was our puppy.
Look, what's in a clue?
Or something outside.
But the culprit was our old detergent.
Aha!
So we switched to Tide Pods Free and Gentle. It cleans better and doesn't leave behind irritating residues.
And it has no dyes or perfume, so it's gentle on her skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods Free.
Everybody, welcome back. We are here with the amazing Madison Crowell. Madison, how are you feeling right now?
Good.
Come back from break.
Yes.
So I know before the break we talked a lot about your mom, right?
Yes.
I just have one more question, right? What personality traits do you think she gave off to you?
Hardworking, definitely. Being a single mother is not an easy task. So, working multiple jobs at once just to make sure that I had everything that I need and a couple of things that I did want and I asked for. So, definitely hardworking was the biggest and best skill that she gave me.
And what about your dad?
My dad, my humor, definitely being able to network. He's such a chatterbox, but it's in good spirit, and he gets a lot from doing that. So definitely, just his humor and his personality. So.
Wow. So, you told me before the break you started your own club, essentially.
Yeah.
How's that been going?
It's going good. We had a couple practices, probably about 5 or 6, and we're learning material. And so we're hoping to have a showcase sometime in the second semester so that we can get the word out and have a bigger outcome for tryouts next year.
And I know you said your passion made you want to start it, but what made you want to go with it? Because, I mean, everybody has an idea, but it's only some people that really want to do it and capitalize on it.
Right, definitely that hard-working spirit that my mom gave me. You know, if I want something, you have to go after it because closed mouths do not get fed. So definitely just wanting something, having aspirations, having a plan, and then executing it.
And with Stomp and Shake, are you a part of the dance group or are you coaching it?
So I'm a coach and I'm a captain. So doing 2-in-1, teaching them, performing with them, and just making sure that everything's good all around.
And as a leader of your club, what traits have you been making sure to show to your?
Just being able to listen and making sure that they feel like they're heard. I always ask them every probably like 10-15 minutes, how are we feeling? Do we need to go over anything? I promise no question is a dumb question. So just making sure that they're all heard.
Wow. And how do you do that?
Just asking them how they're feeling about everything, definitely taking a lot of breaks, just having regular conversations with them before we start practice and before we end practice, asking them, you know, how's your day going? How's class been? Do you guys have any plans for break? Are you going home? How's your family? Things like that.
And what's essentially like, what's the end goal of that? Is there a national championship we can expect out of it? Is there?
There's definitely like what's the word I'm looking for? Like showcases at other schools. So like I know Virginia Commonwealth, they have like it's like a sleigh and shake, I think they call it for December. So I definitely would like to go to that one day.
And so tell me, how was it going on Good Morning America? Probably the most famous morning show in America. How was that?
Yeah, it was really cool. It was a phone interview, and I was in school once again, and so we were on Zoom. I had my computer, and she was just asking me questions, but like I knew that this was gonna be like the debut of me going on bigger talk shows like CNN and things like that. And so I was really nervous, like, and I was in the library, and so I was talking to my media specialist, and she was like, "Oh, friend, you got it. Don't worry about it. You're gonna do great. You're gonna do amazing." And so it was nerve-wracking, but it was pretty fun.
And one question they said to you that really stuck out to you?
Just how I'm feeling. A lot of people don't really ask those personal questions about how I'm feeling in the process. And I was like coming towards the end of the process. And so that's usually the most stressful part because I had a decision day ceremony. And so that was really stressful about, okay, what am I going to wear? Am I sure about my decision? Like, you know, things like that. But just asking me how I felt without everything going on, like without all the cameras and the glitz and the glamour and things like that.
Well, Madison, how do you feel?
I feel great now.
That's so good. I mean, it has been unheard of, right? I mean, earning over 15 million in scholarships. But tell me, what made you just, hey, why not apply to the school right here? Why not go to this school? What spirit made you do that?
Yeah, so I try to make my mark wherever I go, and so I wanted to be an inspiration to other students at my school because Liberty County and Hinesville, there are areas of it that are low income, and we're a uniform school, we're a public school, we're a Title I school, or Title I, and so we get extra funding from the government. So obviously there's people that don't think that college and post-secondary education is in their view. So I just wanted to make sure that they see that it's possible to go to the school that they want to and that it's possible to earn scholarships, and not even at the degree that I went to, but just enough to cover your tuition, enough to get a full ride.
So it's pretty safe to say that you're one of one, right?
Yes.
How has it been seeing those little kids, even little girls, growing up and seeing you do what you do? How has it been?
It's been so heartwarming, and even I went to an elementary school and talked with them, and there were kids coming up to me asking me for pictures, and I never would have thought that they would come up to me and ask me pictures because I know kids are scared and shy, but it was such like a round circle.
Wow. Maddie, I know we have somebody also on Tiny Mike Tuesday who has another question for you. Cool. Go ahead and roll the clip.
Okay. Hi, Madison. You're awesome. I'm here with Godwin. And if you could ask Madison one question about her college application process and her journey to applying to college, what would it be?
Yeah, for sure. I would love to know what you did throughout high school outside of the typical class to be able to, I guess, get involved in the community so that you may stand out of all the applicants that applied for college during that year.
Awesome.
So,
Yeah, I was never at home. I think I would come home at the earliest 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Wow.
And so I was a cheerleader for 2 years. I was in the Hinesville Youth Council, which is just a replica of the city council, and I was the mayor pro tem of that, so that's basically like the vice president. And we come up with an initiative to implement in our city, and we came up with an initiative to have a fitness park. So they're going to be building that soon, and it'll be named after our little cohort, and that was probably one of my favorite things I did in high school. I was in student council, I was in homecoming court, I was in prom court, I was a junior and senior class officer, I was vice president for 2 years consecutively, so that came with planning prom, with planning different senior events and things like that, and the list goes on and on.
How in the world did you manage that?
Time management, having a calendar, definitely, and communication with my parents so that we're all on the same page.
And tell me, you said that you were a part of city council, you just said?
Mm-hmm,
So
yeah.
how did you get part of that?
It was an application. Obviously, I was good friends with everybody at the board, and one of my mentors, she emailed me this application, and she was saying how she thought that this would be an amazing opportunity for me and that I would fit well in the program. And so I signed up, I interviewed for it, and I got in, and then we definitely hit the road running with planning for that initiative.
Said a word there, mentors.
Mm-hmm.
How important has that been for you?
It's very important, and even to this day, it's so important to have mentors because those are the people that can give you guidance and that can help you make decisions that you may not thought that you've been able to make by yourself.
And what advice would you say about networking or anything like that? Anybody who's scared to network and come out of their comfort zone, what would you say?
Yeah, you're definitely gonna have to network to get anywhere in life. Everywhere you have to go, you have to talk to somebody, you have to get to know people, you have to exchange contact information and email and make phone calls, even though it's a little scary, but you're gonna have to do it, but it'll all be worth it at the end.
And tell me, obviously, you're a person who networks very well, obviously. Mm-hmm. What's the first thing you say to somebody?
Hi, my name is Madison. How are you doing? What's your name? Just
simple.
Simple. Getting to know them. You don't need all the extra stuff, just what's your name, where you're from, what's their name.
And what would you say was the most important contact you've made so far in your life?
Probably Alex Abrams here. He's the communication head. So he gets me all of my interviews while I'm here at High Point. So big shout out to Alex. Thank you.
Shout out to Alex.
Yeah,
there you
thank
go.
you.
And meeting him, how's he been for you in your life?
He's been really good. He's been such a great contact to have while I've been here. I've been able to speak at the Veterans Day ceremony here. I've had the interview with Fox News while I've been here, and I've been able just to let people know, who I am, where I am, how things are going.
So it seems like you have not shied away from the camera
No, I
since you came here. How has it been speaking at these events?
It's been really good. A lot of people want to know how I'm doing and want to see what I'm doing. And so just by having these interviews and chances to speak, they see, okay, like she's doing good at school. She's doing what she needs to do, and obviously she's succeeding in what she needs to do.
Wow. Mm-hmm. And I believe we have another audience member who wants to ask you a question too.
Yeah, I'm Nick Allen. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
What have you seen at High Point University so far that makes you realize, hey, I made the right decision?
Definitely the people here are so kind. Like even just you asking me how I'm doing, that was very nice. Thank you. But the people here, they definitely stand out. At other colleges, people would just walk by. When I'm doing a tour, campus tour, people would walk by. But here when I was at High Point, I had like 4 people ask me, hey, what's your major? What are you looking to do? Are there any clubs that you're interested in? So just things like that. Everybody's very kind here.
Very kind, right?
Yes.
So tell me, essentially, one reason why you chose High Point over all of the schools that you were accepted in. One reason. One.
Exercise science program.
Wow. What do you do? What does that entail?
I just want to make sure that my education is backed up and that I have security in my education. And so with the exercise science program, it's accredited, it's like nationally acclaimed, it's very good. Even the physical therapy program, which I'm hoping to get into in a couple years, is really good. So just seeing that it was something that's nationally ranked was very important.
That's the one thing that set it apart?
one of the things that set it apart. I mean, the food was pretty good too. So,
I was waiting for that one too. And so tell me, you know, in High Point, what have you been doing in order to keep yourself entertained? You know, obviously you're in a college setting, you hitting the books. If Mama's watching this, she is hitting the books.
Yes,
Make
Mom.
sure we are.
I promise.
But tell me, what's a Saturday like looking for you when you're not speaking in front of 3,000 people?
Relaxing, definitely cleaning my room, doing laundry, resetting, talking to my friends, just enjoying my time off from work, enjoying my time off from the cameras, and just making sure that I'm okay mentally and physically and emotionally so that I can get back to doing that during the week.
So mentally, mental health, how important is that to you?
It's so important to me. Like, I print out, since we have access to the printers here, I print out like a coloring sheet probably every day. I color with it, I listen to music, and it calms me down, so that's really important.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Madison Crowell. We will be right back. We are going to another commercial break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Stay.
The fresh hotness is back in Pizza Hut, baby. Detroit-style pizza with the cheese all the way to the crispy edges. Layered with 80, no they didn't, 80 pepperonis. And a savory sauce poured right on top. Go ahead, get yourself some Detroit style. I think I'll send Detroit a thank you card. Dear Detroit, thank you. The Detroit style pizza. Create your own or pick from 3 signature recipes. No one outpizzas the Hut.
Jesse loves playing detective.
But since we found out she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
At first, we thought the problem was our puppy.
Look, what's in a clue?
Or something outside.
But the culprit was our old detergent.
Aha!
So we switched to Tide Pods Free and Gentle.
It cleans better and doesn't leave behind irritating residues.
And it has no dyes or perfume, so it's gentle on your skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods Free and Gentle.
Everyone, welcome back. Now, Maddie, you are probably wondering why in the world did we get out of our chairs for a commercial break. You mentioned before you have a stomp and shake team, right?
Yes.
So I made a few calls, right? Because, I mean, Jennifer Hudson, so, you know, had a whole scholarship named after you. I don't have that type of money. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please welcome Maddie's team, Stomp and Shake Step Team. Give them a round of applause, y'all. Come.
Oh my gosh.
Maddie.
And don't stop rocking with me. Let's go, HP, get up, GETUP, hey, get up, out your seat, and don't stop rocking with me. Let's go, HP, get up, GETUP, hey, get up, out your seat, and don't stop rocking with me. Get up, GETUP, hey, get up, out your seat and don't stop rocking with me.
Everybody, round of applause, y'all. Y'all can do better than that. Let's go. Give them a round of applause, y'all. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, come on, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to go out, lead out. Thank you so much for tuning in for another episode of Point Blank. We'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Y'all did good.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so
Y'all
much.
did good. Were you
That was good.
nervous?
How was it? Good.
Good job. Good
Good,
job.
man.